Righto, welcome to the channel. Today we've got an awesome product review from Olight. It's called their Osight. So it's not a torch, guys. This is a reflex red dot sight. Can be mounted on all kinds of firearms, from handguns, shotguns to rifles. Couple of different mounting options, so it's got everyone covered. But this is a cool product. So stick with me while we go through the features and we do some shooting so you can see why this product might just suit you. Reload.
I reckon you're good to go there.
Alright, so it's a very basic unit, but it has all the features that you're looking for. So this sight has a removable hood, which is actually a charge system. So it has a USB-C charge port. You just plug that in, charge this bad boy up. When you clip it on the top of the sight, it actually charges it for you. Now, let's just take this off. I will give you some close-ups, so don't stress. But the Osight can come in two different colours, red and green. I've got the red one. Now, it has 12 intensity settings for the red dot. On the lowest two settings, they're basically designed for nighttime use. And on those settings, it can last 70,000 hours. Can you believe that? Now, from 3 all the way to 12 is your daylight use settings. And on the highest settings, it's got over 500 hours of runtime from a full battery. So it's pretty amazing. It also has 3 different settings. So default from the setting is basically manual. So you've got to turn it on, turn it off, and you adjust the brightness with the buttons on the side here, lower, higher, pretty simple, plus symbol, minus symbol. Very simple. This is a very simple unit. Well, it just works. Now, the other modes are lockout, which means that you can turn the unit on or you can turn it over to auto mode, but basically all the other buttons are disabled. Now, on auto mode, this light sensor that's built into it will adjust the brightness of your red dot for you. Anyway, there's only a couple of other little features on this sight, but that's all you need. Windage adjustment on the side here, elevation adjustment on the top. It does come with this little tool, so you can do it all like that, or just a little flat blade screwdriver will do the same thing. The adjustments are 1 MOA, and the red dot is 3 MOA in size. The sight's IPX6 rated, and it weighs 60 grams. So when you made it to a lightweight rifle like this Howa Superlite in 308, you've got an incredibly light package with very fast target acquisition. Ideal firearm for running shots or those close-in scrub sort of hunting. Perfect for hound hunters or any of the guys chasing pigs. You know, you can carry this rifle all day long and just, when it comes to it, just throw it up. Now, the only thing that I've found that I don't like about this is nothing to do with the sight. It's more to do with this Picatinny rail that I had that came with this Howa. It's incredibly tall, so it does raise the height of the sight just a little more than I'd like, because this does have a flat cone on the butt here, so your face is up a little bit, but it's not bad. If you had a raised cone stock, it would be perfect. Or if we got a lower Picatinny rail, it'll be fine. But what I've found is it doesn't interrupt the accuracy of it at all. Now, I have already sighted this in. It was a simple process. Basically, I use the one-shot sight-in process where you take a shot and then you basically aim the red dot at the aiming point whilst holding the rifle steady, and then I just adjust the dot up and over to where the impact of that first bullet was, and then basically get into it, do some fine tuning with some group shooting. So I bore sighted it at 50, I shot it at 50, I adjusted over, I shot 3 at 50, hit bullseye. It was about a 2 and a bit inch 3-shot group, dead center. I went out to 100. I fired 3 more shots at 100 just to confirm that it was at the right elevation. It was practically spot on, and I shot about a 2.5 inch group with factory ammunition. That this rifle was shooting 2-inch groups with a scope. So I didn't feel like I was losing anything by having this red dot sight. Now, what I did notice is that the dot is quite large. Now, 3 MOA, I was thinking it was going to be 3 inches at 100, which is what the box claims, but I was finding I'm sort of aiming at a 6-inch target to be able to see the circle inside it. So I think it might be just a little bit bigger than 3 MOA. Now, there's not really a lot more to talk about this unit. It's such a simple design. It only has a few little features, but what it is it's nice and robust. It mounts on really nicely. Picatinny rail mounting option. Just has 2 screws in the top here, so I suggest you run some Loctite on those. And it has 2 locating pins as well. But having a look at the unit, it's it's well made. The dot is really clear. Now, when you look into the sun, when the sun's sort of in your face, it does create a little bit of a orangey halo with the red dot, but it doesn't change your point of impact or your ability to see the dot. It just means it's a little harder to see. If you spin around and have the sun behind you, it's just a perfect red dot. I think that any of the sights that have this halo floating red dot would have the same issue. Didn't mean you couldn't aim, it just meant that there was just a little bit of a halo with the red dot. You could clearly see the red dot with just a little bit of a blur out on the side, and that was basically just from the sun rays coming in and refracting on the glass, I think. Which, when you look at a standard scope, you sort of get the same thing unless you've got a big long sunshade on the front. But anyway, the adjustments seem to work really well. Like I said, I just used the one-shot rule. I did try to sort of measure the group and adjust it, and to be honest with you, it was pretty close. But they are 1 MOA adjustments, so they are fairly coarse. So this isn't meant to be for precision exactly. But I tell you what, after being on the range yesterday, I didn't have any dramas hitting the target at a 12-inch steel gong at 150 yards. 3 shots out of 3 shots, no dramas at all, just leaning off a gum tree. So, albeit it is a large red dot for really quick acquisition on running game or at close range, it is still capable to some quite long distances. Right, there's a bit of a look at the features. Like I said, you charge the hood goes on and charges the unit. Once it's fully charged, it's got a ton of battery life, more than you'd need for a hunting trip. If you set it to auto, it will turn itself off after 10 minutes of inactivity, which means that the unit realizes it's not moving, so it's not being used, so it switches itself off. Also, when you put the hood on, it automatically turns it off, so it saves battery. It's magnetic, just like sort of Olight's charging system with their torches. so you get a nice positive feel. It's not going to fall off. So in the cupboard you can just leave that on there so that when you pull it out it's going to be fully charged. Anyway, I think that's all we can really talk about its features. Let's get down to the range and just show you what it's capable of on the little Howa Superlite. Righto, so we're down the range. I've set up a nice fresh bit of cardboard to shoot in. Nice big 10-inch square, and I've got the 12-inch gong down the bottom there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put 3 into this big square at 100 yards off a bipod in a rear bag, just to show you how accurate you can be if you take your time with a reflex sight. Even though it has 0 magnification, it has a very big dot. I haven't got it sighted in for the ammo that I'm about to shoot, so what I'll do then is I'll adjust it, show you how to adjust it, and then we'll go out, we'll have a couple of plings at maybe 150, 200, and then we might come in and do some offhand shooting at 70 on the steel target, just to give you an idea of how quick it can throw up and get you on target to get that shot off nice and quick. Anyway, let's do the fun part. Let's get back and make some noise. Alright, so here we are, 308 Olight Osight 3 MOA reflex sight. Shoot that cocky. Rightio, here we go. So we're going to do... Alright, here we go. 3 shots as accurately as I can do. Bipod rear bag, 100 yards. I have got earplugs in. I normally shoot with both earplugs and earmuffs, but earmuffs are at the shed, so I haven't got the muzzle brake on. Now this red dot is sitting just inside the black tape. These sights are 2 eyes open option, basically. You know, people do sometimes squint, but the idea of this is that you've got full field of view, full vision. So both eyes open so that you can watch where your quarry is running to or moving to and shoot through the gaps. So I'm going to be shooting both eyes open. Thought I missed that one, but just pick. The old Howa's got pretty smooth over the last 500 rounds. Righto, let's go have a look at that group just to show you what we're capable of doing with one of these Osights at 100 yards with a really good setup. Rightio, here we are at the target. It's less than 2 inches, so it's actually with that ammo. When I was running the Leopold 2.5 to 8 set on 8 power, I was sort of running around 1.25 inch groups with that ammo. I'm guessing that's 1.6, 1.7 maybe. So it hasn't added much at all, really, has it? So don't think that these sights are inaccurate and only can be used at short range running shots. These sights are actually way more effective than you think they are, especially if you haven't had any experience with them, like I hadn't until yesterday. So I'm blown away with the accuracy. Now, I'm not even going to move that. Wow, I just dropped the rifle. So, and the scope took the brunt of that. Well, the sight, but it is very solid sight. Sort of see the dirt on it there. Anyway, I don't need to adjust it, so I'm not going to. If I did need to adjust it, it's as simple as putting your little tool in that little screwdriver hole there and it's got an arrow, so anti-clockwise is right, and it's moving at 1 MOA. Now on top you've got up is anti-clockwise. Once again, each click is 1 MOA. So it is very simple, and it works a treat. But we're dialed in at 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape and mark these holes, and we're going to go back to 150, have a couple of shots, maybe even 200. And then we'll have a couple of shots at the steel target at closer range, just off shoulder. Rightio, as you can see, I've got the holes marked up now, so we'll know where the next shot goes. Let's go back to about 150, and we'll take a shot leaning off a gum tree, and then we might go back to 200 and take a shot there, and then we'll come into about 70, do some offhand shooting on the steel target. What I was just going to mention is it's got 12 settings for the illumination of the dot. Now it's a little bit overcast today, so there's no visible sun, but it is a little bit glary if you look up there. And I've got it set on 7, and that is comfortably bright enough. You could probably even come down a little bit more. 6 is probably just a little bit. 7's perfect, right? So 6 is a little bit dull, 7 is perfect. Now I'll have to just quickly look at the spec chart on how long 7 will last for battery, but it's something ridiculously long. Anyway, 150, I'm going to hold dead on that square. Let's see how we go. Now this is a hunting position that you're likely to get in the bush. Cross gully shot, 150 yards. Little bit of a test of my marksmanship too, mind you. Just jump down to the target to have a quick look at where that 150, 160 yard shot was. What did I tell you? They couldn't be much more centre, could it? Bullseye. Anyway, let's go back to 200. We know where that one is. I'm not going to worry about marking it. We'll go back to 200. I'll take a shot. Now I'm going to aim just a little bit high because it's spot on at 150. It's going to drop a little bit. So I'm going to just raise my aim. That was a dead centre aim at 150. I'm just going to aim just a touch high. Let's see what we can perform like. Don't forget that we're testing the rifle, the ammo, the shooter, and the sight all at the same time. But I think that will give you enough confidence to know that she's good quality bit of gear. But let's go back to 200 just to prove a point. Rightio, we're at 200 yards. Now this is just for fun, guys, but it's just to show to you that these non-magnified illuminated red dots are more capable than probably what you think. They're ideal for running shots, both eyes open, fast follow-up shots. What they're for is for really fast acquisition of your target, right? So ideal for running shots, hound hunters, pig hunters, you name it. Can even be used on shotguns for wing shooting, right? Handgun shooters use them because it gives you that quick, just one aiming point, not having to line up two different things. 200 yards is not what these are designed for, but it's just going to give you a really good understanding on what they're capable of if you have good quality one, like this Osight one. So anyway, less talking. I'm going to put one round down on the target at 200. I'm just going to aim a little bit high because I feel like it's going to drop in. But anyway, let's stop talking and see how good we can get it. Bloody ants on me. Righto. That's the last of that bit of ammo. So we'll just play with some other ready ammo I've got for the close range shooting. Rightio, here we go at 200 yards. There she is. She's just inside the square. So that's it's a 10 by 10 inch square. That's the vital zone of the Sambar Stag. No dramas at all. 200 yards, more than capable. So anyway, there's a bit of fun for you. Might not have realised that you can accurately aim and shoot with one of these non-magnified reflex sort of red dots, there you go, you can. Anyway, let's have a little bit of fun with the steel target at about 60-70 yards. Just see if we can rattle a couple of quick ones off just to show you how quick you can get back on target. Righto, here we are at 60. Let's do some offhand shooting into the steel target. Now it's not sighted in for this ammo, but that's not going to be too far away. Oh, that's hammering that target. Little Howa loves it though. And that Osight just brings it up, puts it on there. Boom. Yeah. If you're in the market for something, for anything from fast shooting to accurate 200 yard shooting, don't look past one of these. Especially if you're a hound hunter. It's a lot quicker than any sort of normal scope. It's lightweight, it looks like it's really durable. I'll be able to tell you that after I've had it for a bit longer. But the mounts on it are superb. All the buttons work perfectly. It adjusts like it should. And it is accurate. So it will kill. We're just at the steel target, and now I did do one shot off camera that impacted there. Forgot to press record. And I believe it or not, I've just smacked those three there in about an 1.5 to 2 inch group at 70 yards. So with that quick acquisition that red dot gives you, you can't go wrong. Now, one thing to make mention of is it has really good parallax too. So I set the rifle up in a gun vise, and I walked my eye around while it was pointed at a target. And the only time it moved off the target was at the far extremes of your view. Basically, the dot was right at the top, right at the bottom, or right at each side. It would just wander off the target just a tiny bit. But if your eye is in 90% of that field view, it doesn't move. The parallax is awesome, and I think that's why you can expect that sort of accuracy at the longer range. The cheaper ones, or the ones that aren't built so well, you'll find that their parallax wanders when your head moves. You can't have that on something where you're trying to shoot really quick. Parallax has to be spot on. This reflex sight seems to be mint. Anyway, up to the shed, and we'll go through my final thoughts on this product. Alright, so we're back from the range. How much fun was that? I hope you enjoyed watching it. It was a ton of fun making it. So, Olight Osight. What can I say? It's a huge thumbs up from me. Features that I love about it are the charging hood. So not only does it protect it while the rifle and the sight is in storage, you don't have to have the rifle inside or somewhere to charge it, like plug it into a cable. You can just have the hood inside, charge it up, then when you go and put it on the sight, it's charging. That also shuts off the red dot, so you know that you're not going to pull it out of the cabinet and it's not going to be charged up, ready to go. It is super lightweight, it's compact, it's really, really well built. The adjustments work as they should. The dot is clear and nice and round and sharp. As you've seen, it's capable out well past distances that it's probably designed for, but it just gives you the confidence that if you are running one of these sights and you do get a bit of a longer shot, you can still accurately aim and accurately hit what you're aiming at. It seems to be really reliable. I've only had it a short time, but it's holding zero. Now this is only a 308, but with this with this sight, and the muzzle brake, we're probably only looking at 2.2 kilos, guys. So it is a lightweight rifle. It does kick a fair bit, and I shot it all today without the muzzle brake turned on. Yeah, I can't say a bad thing about it. I think it's awesome. I've never owned one, but it's exceeded my expectations of what it would be capable I do believe that the dot is sort of maybe a little bit larger than 3 MOA, but it didn't seem to restrict its ability to accurately aim at all. And at those close range shots, it's actually that bigger dot. It's there. Yeah. What more can I say? It's just a really good product. And if you're in the market for a red dot that is compact, light, reliable, and rugged looking. Now, I'll tell you in a long-term review whether it stands up to a bit of abuse, but I'm going to leave it on there probably for the rest of the guiding season, so we'll see what it stacks up like. But from what I can see, just the build quality of it is exceptional. Yeah, so for $200, I think they are on the website at the moment. If you're a handgun shooter, it's got a plate that mounts straight onto most handguns, or you can go the option like I have with the Picatinny rail adapter, and that way you can sort of move it in and out as you please on any sort of Picatinny rail. Anyway, I think I've rattled on enough about it. It's a huge thumbs up from me. You won't be disappointed with the quality of it or how it operates. Everything is awesome. Can't say enough good things about it. Now, there will be more than likely a discount code in the description, as well as a link over to a sale. Now, if you can get these on sale, I'd be jumping on them. I reckon everyone should probably have one in their cabinet for just plinking and having a heap of fun. Be great on a nice lever gun for chasing pigs in the lignum, or put it on your favourite pump for when you're chasing the sander on the hounds. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Please leave a comment. Have you got any experience with this one or any other brands of this type of sight? I'd love to hear from you. Alright, I think I've gone on long enough. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.